Right, I've 20 minutes to get going on this final of the third Rotel RVC240s from the same trade customer. This will have been previously butchered like the other two. Remember, the first one had some kind of noise crunch in the receiver circuit which had knocked out audio on receive. The second one had been illegally 80 channeled. The dealer had removed that but was able to find some of the things they'd done to well, they've butchered the set, haven't they? So this is the third one. It's the Rotel RVC240 Trilogy, but available at a cinema near you. Well, there is a cinema 7.5 miles away, but I've never been. No point if there's no big pipe organ, is there? What will we find? Actually, he's done a better job than I ever would doing that restoration on the tags. Nothing obvious, no silly capacitors missing, no overheated capacitors. So what, I wonder what's happened to it. It's got an ingress of moisture there at some point. I may have to deal with that. I think we're going to have to... No, we won't take the bottom lid off, we'll see what it does. That's the thing. That's the way to do it. No idea what the date is, so we'll put down the 12. Got a funeral tomorrow to play for, and the person who's passed away, who I don't know from Adam, but he's 59, which is younger than me. And it's things like that that bring them home. Okay. So I think we've got a stub end of a power lead, or we've got a full one here. So we'll plug the test equipment speaker into extension speaker. We'll plug the extension speaker mounted on the wall into the PA speaker. And we'll plug the test equipment into there. Our standard microphone we will plug into there, and we'll switch the power supply on 13.8 volts and power the setup, and realise that in fact the crocodile clips aren't connected to the power lead. It's actually raining here today after quite a couple of weeks of it being ridiculously hot. Oh, that doesn't sound well, does it? Right. Not sure why it isn't sitting. Well, the meter lamp works. It hisses. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. PA doesn't work well. So it's trying to transmit. Checking I'm in the right everything. Right. See whether it's receiving. So we'll put 2779125 into the signal generator. channel 20, I can hear that before you even get there. You've got coarse and fine on this signal generator, which makes it a bit of a faff. But it's worth it, because it's quicker than those digital ones that I've had in the past. I've gone backwards, didn't I? Went to this 1983 model, and with 3 of these. Okay, so at the moment, what we got? Coming out of the wrong speaker. Try that PA test again. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, 1 2 1 2. Well, that made no difference. Go to the SINAD meter. At least we can fill that in. And we've got 0.38. 0.34 and 0.68, which is all excellent. Squelch on full. Let's go to the attenuator. Oh, we're actually on picture in picture. No, we're not. And it never opens. I wonder why people set them like that. Never opens. And at threshold, .85. It must be. I've got the strongest squelch you can have. It's so strong that it never opens. So for 100 microvolts on the meter, it shows 7. So that, what do we need to make it say that? We need 300 and 1. We need 430 microvolts. Okay. Generating the frequencies. And it certainly is doing that on transmit. Let's see where he is with the VCO. Channel 40. Resistor 4, 3.5 volts. Let's change that to 4. This is all neither here nor there, but it will be if the transmit one's affected. And the transmit one is spot on 4, and on channel 1 we've got 2.24 on receive, and on transmit we've got 2.26. So the VCO is beautiful. I did adjust it, but it wasn't necessary. I was just being spot on. Right, back to channel 20. Let's see what current it's drawing. 360 milliamps. So let's see what's happening. Because something isn't, is it? So we'll go over to the main meter, which we're on. I'm on the low power scale. It's just moving it like it's 5 milliwatts. Not on low power, is it? Yes, it is. That's better. Should have checked that. So that was me being a numpty. Go through these again because it can be different. So we've got I've done a partial tune up, but we'll put down 3.6 watts. Channel 40, 3.2 watts. Channel 1, 3.9 watts. So it's out of balance. It's back to channel 20. Let's see whether we can get that tuned up. So maximum on the first one. That's already at maximum. Maximum on the second one. And then finally maximum on the third one. This is one of those sets which is difficult to tune up because it won't do much beyond 4 watts. So the plan is that we need to turn the yellow one till we get 4.4 watts. So they're expecting it to be somewhere around 4.8 to 5 watts, and then you set it from there on. But it won't do that kind of, it'll do 4.1 watts. So I'm going to just turn it till it starts to move. So we know we've got the tuning point there, and then we're supposed to turn this one anti-clockwise till it gets to 3.8 watts. Well, seeing as we're entitled to 4 watts, we will do likewise, and we'll turn it till it's just starting to move. We're still at 4 watts. I could say we're at 3.95 watts. Bear in mind my test set reads the frequency only and not the interference, so add to that 0.4 watts from a normal meter. But see where we are on channel 40. Have I got it anywhere near? I've got it to 3.95, and on channel 1 I've got it to 4. So I don't think we're going to do better than that. So 4 watts, 4 watts, 3.95 watts. So low power, that must have been what was playing up, and I hadn't noticed it was in too many switches in that position. Clearly that wants a bit of a spray, hence it was playing up. It needs to be on the low scale. So that's at 400 milliwatts. Seems to be drifting. One sec. And the current consumption we didn't take before. And he's 1.226. Frequency. Very slightly high, but that'll do. Deviation, wallow, no deviation. Interesting. Wallow. So we're back to that. So he's got no PA functioning and he's got no deviation. Check that presets where I want it to be, which is in its central position. It is now probably not sure. No, that's the correct position. Wallow. So we've got nothing there. Let's listen on our walkie-talkie. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Absolutely nothing. So one of the things we can just do is check, put my great big finger on the deviation control. So it's transmitting that, isn't it? So chances are we're going to have something that the PA switch has been fiddled with. So I'm going to have to disappear off pretty pronto, but we'll just get the set opened up. Not sure what that link's for. Not seen that link before. Sure why you'd want to link that out. Right, well, we better try and get it working on PA. I'll pause the video and do something else. Okay, so may as well take picture in picture, which I'll probably forget to put back on, and we'll dig out our demonstration one. Not sure what that blue wire is there for. Anyway, that's not what we're looking at. It's looking at the back of these switches, and the public address switch should be yellow, black and red together, and another red. We've got white on this one at the bottom. Oh, it's white with a red tracer. Let's find it round the houses. It goes up to the pin right up there. A yellow wire on this radio. Well, it certainly doesn't go up there, because we can see there's a red with a white tracer. So where's the red with the white tracer go? And the answer is oh yes, it does. It goes, that's the bottom end of the switch. And we've got yellow at the top end. So it is right. Okay, so our audio is missing for not a wiring issue reason. Let's put this to how we've got. So our blue wire goes there, where somebody's put an arrow at some time. Let's get rid of that link. Go on, link, disappear. And we'll move that. So is it the second one in? In fact, it's both linked together and that doesn't go anywhere. Does it go anywhere on our set? No, it doesn't. Solder's gone for a wander. And we've got a link on ours. Yeah, we do have that link. So we'll reintroduce a link. I said before, this it always seems to be the high-end sets that the golden screwdriver experts turn into a play toy. See whether that's made any difference. One, two, 1, 2. No, it hasn't. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. So it has actually, because what it's now done is made the clear normal switch work. So we should have a brown wire and a green wire. So on clear normal we should have a brown wire and a green wire. There's a grey wire. Which has fallen off in my hand. Goes to our mic. That's fallen off because of me. We're going to have the front off this, aren't we? Right, so with the radio in bits, that has fixed it. Testing 1, 2 is in the clear position. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, low. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it was always in the clear position without that capacitor, which would not be good audio. But then it wasn't working anyway, was it? So, not sure whether that blue wire was in the wrong place. I'm not going to trace the circuit. So, you can see what we've done is to put the capacitor, the grey wire which fell off with me poking around, I've now stripped it back a bit more, twisted it round a new capacitor. It's 0.22 microfarads, 0.22 microfarads. It's electrolytic, negative to the bottom where the grey wire is, and then the positive goes to the centre contact where in this case the white wire goes. So that has restored PA audio. Now, I could put it in. I'm going to put the front on because I'm trying to work on this with the front missing. So no capacitor, no good. Not sure why the meter lamps come back. What's that all about? I feel confident enough to put the screws back in. They never over tighten these, they just need to be snug. I see so many of them broken away. And this is like that on the component side of this radio. Got one left. So I think this is going to turn it into a nice radio because it was receiving well and we haven't touched that yet. That's actually wax. I thought it was ingress of moisture. Doesn't want to go in, that one, does it? So put it in there. So try and get these all in a sensible position. You can see out of all the 3 sets he sent in, Andrew wasn't getting anywhere because there's nothing to copy from, because it all got wires in the wrong place or missing or parts missing. You know, it is very difficult if you haven't got a comparison. Right, so let's now switch it to CB. I'll put picture in picture back on. Go to our main meter, which will show deviation. Wallow. One, two, one. Oh, it's got mic gain at minimum, haven't we? Wallow. You know what? I've still got no transmitted audio. So let's just go back to this. Back to PA, setting 1, 2. Absolutely fine. Does mic gain affect it? 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic gain affects it. That's fine. So that's working. Over to CB. 1, 2, 1, 2. I've got no audio. So I'll get our walkie-talkie back just in case it's the deviation meter that's playing up. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, wallow. We'll fiddle with the deviation control. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, wallow. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we've got deviation. I'll do that on the meter behind me. We'll just do it somewhere near on this one. Wallow. Wallow. See where that is. Right, we'll plug into the test set behind me. Radio now has transmitted audio. Tell you what, while I'm on my feet, I'll just put our demonstration set away. Otherwise it's going to be in the way. And people can give you thumbs halfpenny for that one of ours because it's got a broken front. But there you are, you see. Look how useful it is. Now this set isn't on. That's going to be interesting. I'll just pause the video while it warms up for 5 minutes. Okay, so I've just done that. So that's something else we can now tick off. So it was a wiring thing. You see, not component failure, it doesn't go wrong on its own, but golden screwdriver finger trouble. So it was nil, 2.2 to 2.5 kilohertz. Right, well that brings us to this meter lamp's on and off and on and off. Something else we're going to have to look into. Don't know whether it's the lamp or is it me with the dimmer? No, it's not the dimmer. Right, so back on frequency, put some signal on it. 100 microvolts, see where the RF gain is, probably somewhere stupid. And we'll go over to the SINAD meter. No, we won't. We'll go over to the oscilloscope like my finger knew. And set the detector. Little tiny little, so minute there. Now we'll go with the SINAD meter. See whether we can get anything more out of an already good receiver. That's either broken or filled with something. Then there's a secret hidden one down there. Can't even find it. It's there. See why I can't get anywhere with this. I'm not going to touch this with an ordinary screwdriver. I'm just going to run it through the groove to get some wax out. It's in the right position. Okay, let's see what SINAD we've now got. So for 12 dB we've got 0.23. With 10 dB 0.2. For 20 dB 0.55. Deal with this squelch. It's 100 microvolts on the attenuator. So we've got 100 there, 0 there. Turn squelch to full. And now adjust the preset till it comes back in. That's now correct. Then at the sensitive end, see where the threshold now is. That wasn't good. I think we're going to have to spray that to get a reading, so that could be why they've gone and altered it, so the track which isn't noisy is at a different point. So that's now 100 microvolts, that still needs attending to. So now we'll look at the S meter, if we can. It says S4, so we need to bring that up. So that's that. Turn the volume down. I haven't done that yet. So good. So I'll go to Mr. Chippy's bench and borrow some service oil switch cleaner with an applicator. Okay, so the other thing, I've said the light wasn't working. Well, it is working. So what we've got is an intermittent, let's take that off, of the voltage. So, you know, it looks a bit on the dim side, if you can see that. So when I come to look at it, is that in shot? So we've got the power going in 13.8. At the on and off switch, we've got 7 point something. The other side of the on and off switch, we've got normal voltage, and what it is, the on and off switch is dirty, so it's restricting the power. So I'll turn the power off. And hopefully we can get into that. Let's see if I can see the contacts. I can. Some service on that. And with the power off, I'll switch it on a few times in the hope that it's going to clean it. Let's power it back up. Power it back up with the power supply back on. Yeah, it's normal. Transmits normal. So you see that I'll say, where's the meter lamp gone? Well, it's going down to 7.9 volts, wasn't it? Right, so I think we're done. I'm just going to get some service oil on whatever it was I said needed cleaning, and we'll just need to put it back together. Okay, so that's the squelch now rechecked. Not as sensitive as it used to be. It's 1.1 microvolts, but it's now in the correct position. So the one thing we didn't check, and that was the RF meter. Now there was no transmit, was there, before, so I didn't have a before reading. Are we on low power? Yeah. Yeah. Banging across. There we go. So that was full scale deflection. It's now 4. That's it. I've never done this, you know. If they've been missing, I've just soldered them on. It does a better job than me then, doesn't it? Right, let's get some screws in it. So I can fully understand why this one's had to come in. All three of them absolutely needed reference to a complete set to be able to restore them back to working order. And so in this case we've even restored the clear normal switch. I wouldn't normally check, you know, nobody uses it in clear anyway. It sounds awful. Oh, that's a push-in screw. I hate that. Absolutely knackered thread. Let's see if we can see one with some surface rust on it. Might stay put. No, might not. Oh, channel 9 works. Good, well that's everything done. So we'll now put it on the aerial, turn the test gear off, save some electricity, and as ever, it's the Antron 99 mounted on a very short bit of wall mount, so the aerial is just above our gutter level on a single-storey building, and it's broadside into an apex concrete tiled roof with woods across the road. So it's not good, and that's why we do our scratchy corner test in that direction. Right. One on a Roger. 19, Roger. Take it off extension speaker. 19, Roger. Right, no, that's it. Good. So that can go back to the trade customer as well. I think that's fulfilled his order now. Thanks for watching.